I will get my together one of these days, I swear to God. Welcome to Cryptid Crunch. I am your host, Willow Scholar. We got lots of comments in the chat. Kale, unfortunately, cannot join us. She's having technical difficulties, but we'll make this interesting show. I actually have a video to show you guys, so this is going to be an interesting show. We're talking about Appalachian cryptids. I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know why Johnny has me here. But anyway, so we got our usual suspects in the chat. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. Good evening, Carl. Good evening. Donna, Carly, Carlene. Hello, hello. Dan Hollyfield, good to see you. And everybody's saying hi to it. Oh, Don Doulas, hi, welcome here. You guys are fascinating creatures. Yes, it's a Silent Willow show. Apparently, I don't know how to unmute myself before everything starts. Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting show. I'm going to learn all about the Appalachian creatures. And okay, so I've been following this one woman on TikTok, and she has a lot of really cool videos of how to survive, the rules of surviving the Appalachian Mountains. And yeah, apparently you're not supposed to whistle. If you hear voices, do not answer them. Yeah, it's very very interesting and very scary to think that there's like you have to turn off your lights and close your blinds at night to make sure that no creatures know that you're home. That sounds like a very scary thing to live with every day. And it's funny, like I just started watching the Roanoke episodes of American Horror Story. I don't know if I would ever survive as a mountain girl. I think I'm too much prairie chick to to live in the mountains, but yeah, I'm sure a lot of the people in my chat has their own experiences with living near there. But you guys are very fascinating creatures. I joining you guys in the green room chat every so often when I get a chance. You guys are fun to just watch and learn from. I love you too, guys. Carl says we love you. Fascinated, a good word to use for this motley crew of folks. Sounds like Halloween at our house, but that's to keep the kids away. I was wondering if you guys handed out candy, or did you keep the candy to yourselves? So yeah, I got a new backdrop, which I will figure out how to put up the second half later. So it's Camp Crystal Lake, Jason in the background. So I'm excited to. I love Halloween. Halloween's definitely one of my favorite holidays. Right next to Thanksgiving, where there's lots of food. Yeah, I don't know. I love dressing up. I love becoming someone else for the evening and decorating my house. Oh no, too many teenagers who come back multiple times. I think I get that a lot in my neighborhood, but I just keep giving them candy. I actually unfortunately had one year. I left my front door open and someone grabbed the candy dish. Yeah, that wasn't fun. And then, so I try to keep an eye on the kids. I don't know if, honestly, I don't know if I'm going to be handing out candy this year because of the fact that I have 2 jobs. I have to wait and see if Spirit Halloween allows me to have the 31st off, or if PetSmart allows me to have 31st off. But according to my husband, he's not going to hand out candy if I'm not home. So I'm the one who does the whole Halloween thing. Dan says he used to live close enough to the Smoky Mountains to reach out and touch them from my grandmother's kitchen windows. Okay, is that actually a thing where people tell you not to whistle into the woods? I think I figured out the reason why, though. So I looked up, there's one called the Wampus Beast. It's a large black feline cat creature that lives in the woods and has been spotted around Pleasant County, West Virginia. Wampus beasts are 4 times the size of male mountain lions and weigh in at 500 to 600 pounds with massive paws. The predators have a strong odor, like a cross between a wet dog and a skunk. Although I kind of have a feeling with that one. It does sound very much like a mountain lion, although they say that it's black. I mean, mountain lions, panthers, escaped wildlife from the zoo. It's all possible, right? So I do have a picture of a statue of Wampus cat. According to the folklore, it was a woman who got turned into the creature because she walked in on a ritual, a native sacrificing ritual or something to that effect. Oh yes, Wampus cat. Now we know how I will meet my end. Used to scare the cats too. No lights. Yeah. Dan says, never heard that one, but you do have to be careful when you're out hunting on the ridges. You don't want to run up on someone's still. Yeah, I hear you. Anna Marie says, hello. I've heard of Wampus. Zoo escape was what I was thinking first thought. Did that statue have 4 front legs? Yes, it did. So yeah, according to folklore, it was a woman who hid in the skin of a cat, watching some kind of ritual of the Native American tribes, and got turned into the Wampus cat. So she's stalking the woods still in the Appalachian Mountains. Though that, again, being the skeptic I am, I try to think of logical ways of what these creatures could be that people are seeing. Don says, here, kitty. Anna Maria says, yeah, a lot of those stories were created by shine runners to keep people away from their stills. And yeah, oddly enough, okay, so we have stories of moonshiners here in Manitoba. Apparently my grandfather was one. So I seriously wonder what his farm looked like when it came to brewing the alcohol. Okay, so we have, well, we have the Wolfman. A large canine-esque mammal is roaming the hills near Wolfe County, Kentucky, believed to weigh in at 500 pounds and stand taller than 7 feet in height. The Wolfman is bipedal and has fur similar to a bear or a gorilla. It is believed to live in caves and has been seen around the area since the 1970s. So, Wolfman apparently does exist. Oh, okay, so I have a video for this. Bigfoot, the Appalachian. We've talked about Bigfoot before. The Appalachian Mountains are believed to be a haven for Bigfoot. The elusive creature has been spotted throughout Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia, and West Virginia, and apparently up here as well in Canada. Though I still have to figure out whether or not Bigfoot is, one of likes to hibernate or if they go south for the winter. Eyewitness accounts describe the creature as having different colored fur, though one of the most striking species of Bigfoot is nocturnal creature with black fur and glowing eyes. Glowing green eyes, to be exact. So with that, I will show this video, and I'll see what my viewers all think in the chat.
It's Rocky Mountain Sasquatch. A guy named Brandon sent us the following video while we were on a Bigfoot expedition. Here is the latest purported Bigfoot captured on video near Silverton, Colorado. This appears to be captured from the train that runs between Durango and Silverton. We will zoom in 200%, then 350%, and then we will play the original again with the original audio, and then run back all through this one more time with you. Yeah, like I said, we were camping less than 100 miles northwest of here when it was filmed doing a Bigfoot sighting investigation on Thunder Mountain. Colorado is well known for Bigfoot sightings and is currently the #1 reported Sasquatch hotspot in all of the Rocky Mountains.
It's an elusive creature. Alright, just squat it down. Yeah, let me see your camera, I'll do it. It's an elusive creature. Alright, just squat it down. Yeah, let me see your camera, I'll do it. It's an elusive creature. Alright, just squat it down. Yeah, let me see your camera, I'll do it. It's an elusive creature. Alright, just squat it down. Yeah, let me see your camera, I'll do it.
All right. And it just keeps repeating itself. Okay, I'm curious what the chat thinks of all this. We have a couple new people in the chat. Hi, Across the Pond Sports Network. What are you doing up so late? Shouldn't you be, or is it early morning? Are you just waking up for the day? And if that's the case, good morning. I am having a great night so far, yeah. Although, okay, so it seems like October is the month where my back likes to go out. So I apologize to my boss if she's watching. Yes, I did switch shifts because my back is out. So I've been icing it all day, on and off. So yeah, that's just that fun. So if you guys see that I'm my back, I'm moving involuntary, that's my back spasming. And we have Nicholas Talker. Hello. Wampus cat legends are fascinating. Sometimes it overlays with fairy lore. I will have to have you on the show soon to talk about that. So good evening, Nick. Nice to see you. Biggie usually wants to be alone. Oh, that apparently wasn't Bigfoot. It's Chewbacca. I wonder if some of these people are using AI apps to make it look like Bigfoot is walking. I haven't yet discovered any Bigfoot type apps that just superimposes the creature, and but I've seen some ghost ones, so I wouldn't be surprised that those are there. Yeah, paranormal museum south of here, in Somerset, has a large Bigfoot exhibit, and I have yet to see that because, like, I am curious about Bigfoot, but at the same time, I'm not going to go searching for it because there's other animals that, like to nest in the woods. I really don't want to come across them. Biggie is just trying to answer nature's call, but a train full of voyeurs rolled by. And yes, this was filmed from a train. Oh, Keisha! Hello, beautiful person. Hello, my beautiful person. Looks to be a guy in a fursuit with a hood. The gait looks pretty human. The elbow-knee proportions look human. Thank you for that, Nick. I will take your word on that. You see, you're more of an expert at this than I am. Oh yeah, Dawn, thank you. Take care of your back, please. I beg of you. I'm trying. Honestly, okay. So stupid story. I put my back out by working too much when I was working at 7-Eleven in 2004. Now it just seems to go out whenever it wants to. Yeah. Why is it always October though? I came across other posts stating the same thing. Well, my back is out again. I was trying to do housework yesterday when it happened. So the video gives me the vibe that it's staged for the train based on what he says and tone of the voice. I mean, you guys seem to be able to travel a lot easier than I do down in the States. I wouldn't be surprised if someone did plan this, being at you can time the train to a certain point. I wouldn't be surprised that this actually happened. Nick, tell Willow why you think I'm one of the old gods of Appalachia. That would be an interesting story, Dan. Yeah, agreed on your assessment, Nick. That first suit looks exactly like Chewbacca's. The fur is so long and silky. I apparently, because I just started working at Spirit Halloween, I haven't come across a proper Chewbacca costume, so maybe you can rent something like that at, I don't know, who knows. There are, a lot, the cosplays though, like cosplayers making their costumes, they're making them very realistic lately and a lot better than what film studios can make. So who knows? There could be, I don't know, for all I know, it could be a LARPing group just out having fun. Could be a hoax or a naturalist, historical recreationist. Exactly how I feel. I will say I saw no artifacts of CGI trickery, no pixelation. There are games like Jurassic Park version of Pokemon Go that are AR augmented reality to superimpose dinosaurs into everyday scenes. Yeah, but those are more, but you can kind of tell if they're like AI. Next guest for Cryptic Crunch, Dan Hollyfield. I definitely need to have Dan on this show, and Nick. October is usually a major temperature pressure change that leaves joints more inflamed. Yeah, and it's usually around Halloween where my back decides to go. Minor in forensics and have done research for my books. Bigfoot looked too clean. The hair first seemed too shiny for being in the wilderness. It just seemed too clean. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. Again, I'm not a Bigfoot expert, so I've never, I can't say I've ever seen one. Although, okay, so there is stories of people seeing flashes of light that shine really brightly for a couple moments, and no one really knows where these lights came from. Okay, story time with me. So I have yet to really look this up about this anomaly. I've actually witnessed something like that where someone had posted a couple days ago about a bright light in the middle of the night illuminating their area. And driving home one day with my soon-to-be husband, when we were first starting to date, we stopped by a farmer's field. We had a bit of a makeout session, and so I'm thinking this was, a farmer, seeing us on the side of the road and decided to shine a really bright light from one of his machines. Well, apparently it's not. If it happens in the city like that, can someone explain where those bright lights come from? I don't know. I haven't really talked much about that because that was just something that it was just something that happened, and me and Joe just kind of laughed about it because we both felt like we've been caught. We've been caught by the farmer, and he wanted us off his lawn. About Dan Holyfield, the Appalachian Mountains are older than the evolution of bone on the earth, older than Saturn's rings. Dan Holyfield was there first. He has a great story of helium. Interesting. Dan, how do you feel about people calling you old, though? Yeah, definitely not AR or AI. Just mentioned those exist. Yeah, that video still, like, any video claiming that Bigfoot is real just kind of leaves me wondering about the costume. Okay, so going back to the creatures, smoke wolf. The solid black smoke wolf is a massive canine with eyes as red as the sun. One witness who has heard smoke wolves howl and scream at night on his property describes them as pure evil, noting they kill for fun. The only thing known to deter a smoke wolf is the sound of rattling chains. Interesting. Okay, so we all know about the Mothman story. The Bat-like wing cryptid was first documented in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, prior to the collapse of the Silver Bridge and over the Ohio. Sorry, I can't read today. Over the Ohio River in 1966. And sightings have been reported ever since. According to legend, the creature is 7 to 8 feet tall, has a 10-foot wingspan, and nests in caves. Mothman tends to be spotted just before the catastrophe. And there's lots of theories of what Mothman really is. Is he a big crane, or... Oh, I'm getting messages. Oh. But yeah, there's lots of theories of who Mothman really is, and that maybe one of these days we will return back to that, because I would really like to actually go to Point Pleasant and see the museum and go to the Mothman Festival. So there's the Grafton monster. The Grafton monster was first spotted in West Virginia in the 1950s and is described as the massive bipedal creature with short fur. It's estimated to weigh between 1,000 and 1,500 pounds and boasts broad shoulders. His head sits low in front of its body, making it appear headless from behind. It is believed to eat livestock, as with most monsters. Oh, and you're not old. Stop saying that you're old. You're only as old as you feel. That's what I've been told. Bright lights can come from a huge number of complex origin: electrical effect, refraction, swamp gases, and because Manitoba is one big swamp, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I need to know your origin of the smoke wolf, as while I have only heard legends relative to the genetic hellhounds, but I have encountered such creatures, says Nicholas. Interesting. Okay, so let's see. Smoke wolf. Let's go back to the smoke wolf, shall we? Let's see. What does Wikipedia say about the smoke wolf? Travel Channel. So apparently CBS News did a story on the DNA test solves mystery of wolf-like creature shot in Montana. In May, this is going back to 2018, June 18, 2018. In May, a large wolf-like creature was shot by a rancher in Montana, and its identity puzzled local experts and social media users around the nation. Was it a wolf? Was it an unusual bear? Some even started speculating about Bigfoot or a real-life dire wolf from Game of Thrones. A DNA test was ordered up to determine the animal's true identity, and the results may be a disappointment for Bigfoot hunters. I think I remember hearing this story. The animal was shot on a ranch outside of Denton on May 16th, but it looked as if it came out of the Ice Age. Photos taken by Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks showed raggedy wolf-like creatures with some slightly unusual features. It had a long grayish-brown fur, large head, and a snout. Well, obviously, it's a dog. But its ears seemed larger than average, and its legs and body too short for a typical wolf. We have no idea what this was until we got DNA report back. Let me find a picture of this to show you guys. Because the picture that they have here really sucks. Okay, so about a month later, the DNA results are in, and the mystery has been solved once and for all. The canine creature shot in Montana a month ago that captured the curiosity of the nation is actually a gray wolf. There, Montana FWP wrote in an announcement Monday. DNA from the animal was tested in the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service Forensics Laboratory in Ashland, Oregon. The lab compared the animal's DNA with thousands of others' DNA samples from wolves, coyotes, and dogs, the official state agent says. The conclusion was clear. The animal is a gray wolf from northern Rocky Mountains. All right. So there's that. Oh, no. So yeah, let's see if I can't find a See, and we got these really ugly looking coyotes up here as well, in Ontario. And when Joe and I were traveling to Ontario one day, we happened to notice one on the side of the road, and it was creepy looking. It looked like I'm thinking it hadn't been fed for a while. It looked hungry. It had red eyes. It was creepy as hell. So yeah, those do exist. And I'm not sure where that saved to. Anyway, so yeah, wolves are obvious wolves. Oh yeah, crossbreeding of a wolf a day dogs can result in giantism and are happening more frequently. It's creepy. Like these creatures, like, yeah, we have up in Canada, we even have coyotes in my city, which is no big surprise because, well, a city that was built basically in the bush, in the marsh. Wildlife is not going to leave. We have deer, we have coyotes, we have foxes. Mange can also worsen the appearance of wolves. Exactly. So yeah, I need to know your origin. Oh yeah, Mothman here. Mothman sighting tends to occur along the lines of migrations of sandhill cranes. If you ever are driving or walking, a 5-foot reflective red-eyed bird with 6 feet wingspan is terrifying. I would seriously love to see that, but at the same time, I think it would be really creepy to see at night, especially if you were drinking. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, YouTube auto-corrected it. Oh, it's okay. No. Don't apologize. That happens to me all the time. I get auto-corrected quite frequently. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago when I had to stop and call the police or call for the fire department because there was a building on fire, I had messaged my husband, and apparently autocorrect had completely messed with my message. And my husband calls me and goes, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine." Coyote dog wolf hybrids is also becoming reported more often nowadays. Yeah. I don't know. It's just I think we're getting to the point where I almost said groomers, where people are messing with DNA to the point where like, I mean, okay, so the pugs, how they have originally were, had actual longer noses at one point. Now they have shorter faces. People are messing with DNA so much that it's affecting the health of animals. And honestly, I'm totally against breeding for aesthetic purposes when it comes to animals. I love how all cryptid descriptions talk about red eyes. Most mammals have retinas that reflect red when light shines on them. Exactly. That and yellow. Yellow eyes is another big thing. The issues of my paranormal research has added dedication to my lifelong vow of sobriety. Selective breeding had complex effects. Yeah, and because we've seen the effects of, even with like the toy dogs, like toy poodles, and like or like the teacup aesthetic. it has detrimental, it affects the animal so much to the point where its breathing is affected, the joints, the overall health of the animal is affected. And yeah, I wish people would think more of the effects of the animal rather than the aesthetic look of the animal. That's just me. I'm an animal lover. I can't. I could not just adopt an animal over the fact that it has certain cutie traits. Okay, so back to this. Okay, so Raven Mocker. According to Cherokee legend, the Raven Mocker is a shape-shifting Bigfoot standing 7 feet tall with black fur and solid white eyes. This type of Bigfoot is believed to inhabit Southwest Virginia and is able to shift into any animal and can also take on the appearance of an old man or a woman. In its human form, the Raven Mocker can lurk among unsuspecting people and eat their hearts from their chest without even leaving a mark. Couldn't that also be considered another creature? I'm having a giant brain fart, Skinwalker. There you go. So Silver Giant, which I think is what the video is of the creature that I showed is. The Silver Giant is similar to a bear and can run as easily on 2 legs as it can on 4. When standing, it is between 9 and 11 feet tall. While its fur is generally dark, it has a silver streak of hair running down its back. Okay, so it's not a Silver Giant. But Cherokee Death Cat. Okay, so this, you guys have to bear with me on this because I laughed when I heard this description. The cat-like beast is said to look like a lion and measures approximately 4 feet tall and is at its front shoulder and 9 feet long from head to tail. The creature can leap extremely far and is an expert climber, navigating the trees with ease. It feeds on large livestock, the crows, horses, and cows and horses, and focuses its attack directly on their jugular vein. Okay, so the Cherokee Death Cat. Doesn't that sound like a Maine Coon or a forest cat, Norwegian forest cat? Those cats are known to be really big. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if what people saw was, a Norwegian forest cat in the wild. Oh, it's a leopard. Apparently it's a leopard. But yeah, that's what I feel is the Wampus Beast. The large black feline-like creature that lives in the woods. That is a leopard. That is a that's a definitely it's a mountain cat. Grims. These red-eyed beasts guard some Appalachian cemeteries. Legend has it that settlers throughout the region believe that burying the family dog alive in the cemetery would mean the dog's spirit would morph into a grim, a black dog with red eyes that the dog would then protect the graveyard. That's creepy. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know of any stories of people burying their family pet alive, but I have heard of heard that some people may have, wanted to be buried with their animals. So I don't know. I just can't see, being. I don't even like the idea of being buried, but I don't think I would want to be buried with any of my animals. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you guys want to be buried with your animals? The measurements and attack fits leopard. Giant cat. All the giant cat ones really are weird. I have heard that the first burial in a graveyard was supposed to guard the cemetery so they would bury a dog. Isn't that where like the idea of hellhounds came from? Yeah, I don't know. Bees guard some Appalachian cemeteries. Again, but yes, I think it was Dan who, or sorry, Carl with the red eyes. But yeah, red-eye beasts. And apparently Discovery is good with talking about these monsters on a regular basis, which I can't honestly take the Bigfoot shows serious. I don't know about you guys. So, but yeah, no, there we go. Let's go back to that. For the Appalachian Mountains, I love knowing, I love hearing these creepy stories from this one woman on TikTok of her hearing these voices, hearing what sounds like her husband calling, or her grandma or her mom, and them not actually being in the room or outside. Apparently you're not supposed to answer back to those voices. Your mind, when you're at home alone, does tend to mess with your imagination. And I know I've had instances where I swear I heard, especially at night when you're about to fall asleep, you hear, voices, you hear what sounds like children playing, or, your mind tends to wander. And it is a creepy thing when you're having trouble sleeping to begin with, and you're hearing all these weird voices, and you can't explain where they're coming from. Amanda Talkert says, I have heard that oh, no, sorry. I've posted that already. Donna Carlene says, I wouldn't want them killed or buried alive with me. I'd be afraid they eat me. Talking about animals being buried alive with you. Yeah, no, I guess in a way it would be like, if you can't find a suitable place for them, I guess it would be okay to put it to kill them, but I don't know. Morally, I just feel like that's wrong. My arm got attacked by a wild Kelvin. Carl has a cat named Kelvin and Hobbs, and Charcoal, and apparently Kelvin loves to just randomly attack people. Amanda Talker says that was where the black dog Grim came from. Yeah. Okay, so hellhounds. Because certain folklore, Nicholas says yes. Because of certain folklore, the first person buried in a graveyard is bound as of spiritual. I'm sorry, my reading skills is shite. Spiritual protect the graveyard, so Black dog is a natural choice. Dang it, Calvin, be nice to your dad. Black hellhounds fit with the wild hunt as well, which really sucks. And Nick agrees with me. Oh, absolutely. If you hear a voice where they shouldn't be, ignore it and get inside. This happens in dark and quiet places. And see, I have a bad habit of when I'm in a supposed haunted place that I will often be the challenger, and it's like, if you exist, please show yourself. I swear one of these days they're going to challenge me back. I spent some great Saturdays hanging out in libraries, Indiana rooms, reading the books of urban legends and ghost stories told by the more reliable citizens. That's cool. And Donna says Kelvin loves to randomly attack his daddy. So yeah, Kelvin will be known as the Hellcat from now on. Okay, so Carl says, while I was doing guard duty at a factory, I heard a whisper as I walked under a tree. That is really creepy. Yeah, okay, I'm trying to remember instances of where I've heard voices, but I think it's mostly I mostly hear like stuff when I'm about to drift off to sleep, and especially when I'm about to I'm dreaming. That tends to wake me up. So I would say well over 90% of supernatural cases can be easily be debunked. Exactly how I feel. And when I had Kenny Biddle on several weeks ago, we kind of talked about that. It was hissing at me. Kind of sounds like a snake. I don't know. I don't know if you guys have snakes that hiss down there, but I'm sure you do. So, Comic-Con. I know a lot of you are in the South are going to. Those of you in the chat, sorry, are going to HellCon. I will be going to Winnipeg Comic-Con in a couple of weeks. I have a couple panels that I will be hosting. I'm excited for this. Let me get the graphic up. But Winnipeg Comic-Con happens every year around Halloween, and I will be hosting a couple panels. I apologize, guys. I should have been more prepared. All right. So again, I will get my stuff together one of these days, I promise. I am excited for this. On the 27th, I will be hosting Ghost Hunting 101 with the Winnipeg Paranormal Group at 7:30 p.m. at Winnipeg Comic-Con. You guys, I know some of you will be missing me and not being able to travel up that quickly, but I promise I will be recording this episode and I will post it on my YouTube and Facebook when I have a chance to do so. I will also use it as, an episode for Cryptic Crunch in the future. So yeah, I'm excited to show this to you guys and bring Cryptid Crunch to the stage. And I will also be hosting another panel at Comic-Con on the Sunday, back of the cereal box, and I have a couple guests for that, local artists and cosplayers, and one of my friends is hosting the costume contest, so I look forward to bringing that to the stage. I'm excited just to bring all this fun stuff. This is mind blowing to me because it's a dream come true to host panels at Comic-Con. It being one of our big shows, so yeah. I get to be a host for one of our big panels. I'm excited for this. So you guys, you guys have no idea I have little dreams, but it feels so big to me. So I appreciate the comments, you guys. You should get a digital recorder by your bedside to give yourself peace of mind or evidence. Okay. See, I have wondered about that. The problem is with digital recorders, especially with the older ones, they make it sound like there's voices, but it's just the digital recorder. Yeah. Kenny Biddle actually has something of that on his page. So if you guys are a skeptic like me and addicted to understanding the technology that ghost hunters use, Kenny Biddle is a great person to do that for. No dream is too small if it is what you want to achieve. And you know what? Comic-Con is, because our Comic-Con is the big show. I think, if I can get used to hosting at our convention, then it'll make me even more comfortable to go down to even bigger shows down in the States and hopefully host panels and maybe one day make it to San Diego Comic-Con. So yeah, there is that. All right, so I guess we should close this show up, but I appreciate you guys joining me, and we had a lot of fun in the chat. You guys are awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. You are so much smoother as a presenter than you used to be. I'm glad to see your confidence grow, and I appreciate that. I'm still trying to get into broadcasting here, but again, I'm saying a lot of the bigger. I'm seeing a lot of the bigger radio stations having issues with downsizing. So I don't know. I think I'm better off hosting these smaller shows than being a professional host. But I won't stop trying to become a radio host. Don't forget to like if you like the show. Yes, thank you very much. Okay, so in closing, good show even without your co-host. Yes, Kale, I miss you and hope that you are doing okay. Technology really sucks sometimes. All right, so if you like this show and you want to see me being more professional as far as sound and equipment and studio wise goes, donate. buymeacoffee.com/serialboxpod. And if you want to see me, come to more conventions down in the States, again, buymeacoffee.com/cerealboxpod. Your money will be greatly appreciated, and I will make sure that it goes to some useful things in the future. Thank you, Dawn, so much for your comment. Great show. Glad I tuned in. Now I have this on my schedule. I knew I was forgetting something on Sunday nights. You guys make sure that you also tune in to the show next week as well, because Ice Cream Queens are fabulous, and I think they do a bit of a better job, but that's just I'm trying. All right, so you guys can follow me all over social media. I am the social media socialite, so you can find me Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. On occasion, I do post to YouTube as well. So I appreciate you guys can also find Cryptic Crunch on both YouTube and on Facebook as well. I will try to do more of these fun videos as well on TikTok. So I appreciate you guys so much. Have a great night, and make sure you also follow Kale Hollow on Instagram as well, Creaky Kale. So you guys have a great night, and I appreciate you joining me here and keeping me company.